What is the secondary stressor booklet? I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what you can expect from this product. There are 5 different versions. There's the Balance, the Viscera Link, then there's a combination of both of those together because there is a little bit of variation, but for those that have both, then you don't have to get 2 booklets, okay? Then there is the Select and the Elite as well. Each booklet varies some of the variations are slight and some of the variations are very, very big. So I just want to make sure that whatever license that you have, it would be best for you to get the booklet for that specific license. Okay, so this is going to be a physical product. It is laminated pages and spiral bound. I did this so that it's a little bit more sturdy, and then also there are a few other reasons that I will share with you when we do the how-to video after you purchase the product. So I'm going to show you some of the loose leaf pages that I have of the booklet just to kind of let you get a sneak peek. So this is the cover. And then we've got just inside the front cover an explanation of what you can find in the book and then a key for how to use it. So in the booklet, there's 3 different areas that we talk about as far as stressors. Those are environmental stressors, beneficial stressors, and lifestyle areas. So environmental stressors, right? Those are things that we generally think of as secondary stressors, things that, just a reminder, right? That secondary stressors are things that come into the body from outside. Our primary stressors are things like organs, glands, teeth, vertebrae, emotions. Secondary stressors are things that come from the outside into the body, okay? So as far as secondary stressor collections go that are considered environmental toxins or environmental stressors, those are going to be things like bacteria, heavy metals, water contaminants, and then also there are a few that are singular items that are also secondary stressors that show up in the balance, like glyphosate and I have a list. Candida, sorry. And then for the beneficial stressor collections, that is where people get a little bit confused because they're like, how can something that's helpful have a stress response? We have stress responses to everything every day. And so we do want to measure what the body's stress response is to those things that are generally considered helpful and figure out why the body is having a stress response. So you can find collections like those in the booklet as well. Things like probiotics and amino acids and vitamins. There are also individual ones in that category as well, like deep breathing and Mullen, that you can find on the balance reports. The third section is a little bit weird because lifestyle areas are not generally considered as secondary stressors, but I wanted to include them because they are something that affect us from the outside in. And I'm planning on making a primary stressor one too, so keep your eye out for that. And they wouldn't really fit in that booklet, and I wanted to make sure we had everything covered. So those are the 3 categories. Then we go down to the key, and you'll have a header. I am so sorry that this is shiny. You'll have a header that says like heavy metals or what have you. And then there are bulleted questions after that. And they range anywhere from, I think our lowest category has like 5 questions, and then all the way up to 50. So excited to give you guys that resource. And then you will have this little break point in between the sections from like the environmental stressors going to your beneficial to your lifestyle areas, just to really break those up. Within each section, they are in alphabetical order so that you can find those things more easily. I am going to go over the next page after that is a table of contents, and I'm just going to tell you what is included specifically in the balance one. And then if you look through if you're looking at like the select questions booklet, there will be a second video that has listed what those are. So in the balance, it will include antibiotics, artificial sugars and sweeteners, bacteria, candida, chemicals, endocrine disruptors, food chemicals and additives, fungi, molds, hazardous air pollutants, heavy metals, herbicides, glyphosate, mycotoxins, parasites, pesticides, insecticides, phlegm, and water contaminants for the environmental stressors. For the beneficial stressors, you will have things like amino acids, deep breathing, digestive enzymes, essential fatty acids, minerals, mullein, probiotics, serapeptase, and vitamins. And then lifestyle areas, of course, are the ones that you're familiar with on the balance reports, which is diet and nutrition, hydration, inflammation, mental emotional stress, sleep, and toxic stress. Okay. So I'm going to go through and read you some of the questions that you can find in there just to give you a little bit of a tease. Okay. So some of those questions, so under antibiotics, it's going to be things like, are you taking antibiotics? Have you taken them in the past? Have you had any bad reactions to antibiotics, right? Do you eat store-bought meat? And those are just a few of them. Under chemicals, you'll find things like, what do you do for work? What are your hobbies? Do you take any prescription medications? What are you taking? Fungi molds. Are you aware of any current exposure to fungi or molds? Do you live in a humid location? Do you consume any of the following items that are known to have high fungi or mold content on a regular basis, or have you eaten them recently? And then it gives a list of foods and drinks. Parasites. Do you sleep in bed with pets? Do you eat raw meat? Do you walk outside barefoot? And then we also obviously have the ones for the beneficial stressors. So under amino acids, there are things like, do you eat meat? Do you work out? How is your immune system? How is your mood? Okay. And then vitamins. This one's really awesome, and I'm excited for everybody to see. I'm excited for everybody to see all of it, but the vitamins one's pretty cool. I did some pretty extensive research. But what supplements do you take? Are any of them vitamins? What brand and dose? Do you have any blurred vision? How is your mood? Are you itchy? Do you often feel anxious or fried? Is your hair or nails brittle? Are your eyes dry, or do you experience night blindness? So some of those questions might seem kind of weird, but all of them link back to some kind of amino acid or vitamin deficiency. And that's what this stressor question booklet is about, right? I want to make sure that you are armed to be able to get to the root issues and causes that your clients are experiencing. So it's made to genuinely help you find those. There are also emotional questions. So because, right, when we go through training, we learn that there are lots of reasons for out of range responses that are not just physical. There's emotional and terrain and all of those things. And so there are questions that reflect those as well. Like, how do you feel about parasites? How do you feel about antibiotics? And then this way, you can really kind of help them drill down. There are well over 250 questions. I put that on the thing because that was the closest whole number to what I had counted before I did a whole lot of adding. So there's way more than 250 questions. I do also want to let you know that if you have not been through training, please, please, please reach out and let me know. We have training sets for each type of software. We have training documents and other products, both digital and physical, for sale, and also ones that come along with training that are free with training. There's ongoing learning discussion groups, like a continued ed situation for applying report interpretation skills and getting different practitioners' viewpoints, and more. There's just a lot more. There's so many projects that I have coming out and getting ready for you guys that I'm so excited about. I'm really, really proud of this booklet and really excited for you to experience and all of the work that's been put into it, because I want you guys to really feel successful in helping your clients.